In today's video, we are finally going to be scaping this 3,000 gallon tank. This monster tank is going to get a monster scape. Check it out. Check it out, guys. A big tank needs big wood. This piece right here is probably at least 10 foot. We got this massive stump right here. Like from the tip right there all the way to the back is probably 6 foot. From that point over to there is a good 5 foot. This last piece right here is a good 4 foot. I've never seen anybody stick driftwood this big inside of an aquarium. This stuff is so big, guys. It had to be cut into 3 pieces just to be moved. Um, Honestly, I don't even know how I'm going to get it in the tank yet. I guess we'll kind of figure that out as we go. But yeah, if you know anybody with bigger driftwood, comment it in the section below. And I'm not talking ponds. I know there's tons of people that have thrown a stump in their pond. Inside of an aquarium, which I consider this because it's on a stand. I've never seen one on YouTube. I watch all the fish tubers. Yeah, comment below if there's anybody else that has bigger driftwood than this. So it wouldn't be a Scape with just driftwood. Those are just the show pieces. We're also going to be adding this sand and this rock into it. I'm just going to use some plain old pool filter sand. This thing's going to eat so much of this sand up. And this is about the most affordable thing I could do. It's like 15 bucks a bag. We're also going to be putting in this river rock. This stuff's only 3 bucks a bag. It's like an absolute steal from the hardware store. If you go to like an aquarium store and try to buy this, they sell these river rocks for like 2 bucks a pound, or even if it was $1 a pound. Like this is like a 50-pound bag. This thing would be $50 there. It's only 3 bucks at your any big box hardware store. So yeah, it does come in very dirty. Like all these rocks look brown in here, but when you wash them off, which for me to save all the money, I'm definitely gonna take the time and rinse them off. They have really nice bright colors. Like those are gonna be the big things going in. I do have some like fake plants showing up. It's like the Marineland 3-foot bamboo. I'm just waiting for them to get delivered. I think to start, I just need to get in this tank and clean all this junk out in it. Just from installing the windows, there's like some loose pieces of foam in there. There's some pieces from me cutting the tops of the silicone. So yeah, let's just get all this garbage out of here first before we try putting sand and rock over top of it. All right, so I got this thing fully swept out. Full disclosure, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get these in the tank by myself. I'm gonna try my best, but I'm also not gonna kill myself to do it. Uh, I want to say I should be able to get that pretty much all of it besides the centerpiece. This centerpiece is so big, like that the freaking stub is just massive. That's just one massive hunk of wood. I know it don't look like it on camera, but man, that thing's probably 200 pounds. So yeah, if I can get something rigged up to get this thing in here, hopefully I'll get it all scaped today. If not, I might have to push it over tomorrow when I get a buddy over here. But yeah, let's try. Alright, that was exhausting doing that. I think I'm going to do the right thing and wait for help, not hurt myself doing this. So it's the next day. I got all this wood in here. I had some help getting it in here. Didn't actually film putting it in here. Some people just don't want to be on camera, and I guess you got to respect that. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of mock this up, get it in place. And after that, I actually got some stainless steel screws to hold everything together, and then some huge pieces of granite like countertop to keep it weighed down. I'm thinking the big main tree trunk down in this corner somewhere. That's these 4 pieces right here. Then I got this kind of like half a trunk, or half a stump, whatever you want to call it. I'm thinking this in the opposite corner, just kind of so both windows have like I don't know, their own little showpiece. Kind of attracts you to them. Try not to drag it on the epoxy, just in case there's any sharp points. You can already see it scuffed it pretty good. This should be the center. I know this is the part that goes in the front. These two look right. I don't know what it is. This piece just looks off. Something isn't right about it. Alright, so after messing with this stump for some time, I think it's just the angling's off. I'm gonna have to kind of maneuver this stuff and start screwing it together to get it to all line up well. It's just not gonna sit naturally in place anymore and just look how I want it to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start screwing this stuff together. Alright, you guys, so I'm a lot happier with this. Back to one full stump. Actually looks natural, because I guess it is. It was one big stump that somebody cut up. I think I'm going to stick with this. It doesn't press completely up on this front panel. Long term, if this is still in the way, I might chop this extended part off. Keep this. Just depending on how the rays act, I guess. Because they're super interactive animals and I want to keep it that way. I love when they're at the front of the window begging for food. So yeah. Not sure if I should try to put this granite on right now or see if this stuff floats or not. My buddy had it soaking in his pond for a couple of years, so maybe it'll submerge. I don't know. So I'm just going to slide this other piece down to that corner. Call that one good. Not really sure what to do with this log still. I don't know. Might just lay there for the time being, start putting some sand and rocks in. So I've had to work the last couple days. I haven't messed with this tank much. We're kind of still at a standstill with the Scape. I'm not a full-time fish tuber yet. I'd love to be one day, but I still have a 9 to 5. While I was out, I did manage to get 5 more of these bags of pool filter sand though, so I'm hoping we have enough now. So yeah, one way or another, this tank is getting water in it today. The anticipation's killing me. I'm not gonna mess around with the wood anymore because kind of part of me expects it to start floating. So I'm gonna need to get in there anyways and bolt it down with this granite flooring. I think it'll actually be a lot easier to put the granite in when it's like floating, like buoyant in the water. So that's my plan. I'm actually gonna have to get wet if this stuff starts floating. The stuff did start to get like a fungus growth on it because it just came out of my buddy's big plywood tank and he brought it to me, so it was saturated. Which makes sense. I guess that's the reality of it. We're dealing with dead wood. It's going to get fungus and all kinds of stuff on it. Should peel off. Fish will eat it. Like I've dealt with this before. It's not a big problem at all. But let's get to it. I'm just gonna put all these bags of sand in here, sprinkle some rocks around, and we are good to start filling this thing up. Alright, we got half the bags in there. I only have 14 right now. 7 of them are in there. Let's get these things cut open, spread them out, and see how far 7 gets us. It's kind of funny, guys. If you look right here, you can see there's cobwebs and spiders in between these bags of sand. I've been planning this build for over a year and a half. So I know a lot of people are like, hurry up, fill it up, fill it up. Another day or two at this point is nothing to me. This thing's been in my head for almost 2 years now. But we're almost there. In this video, I promise we will be putting water in this thing. And that's something I love about the plywood aquariums. Like I bought 9 of these bags at the end of year clearance sellout for like $8 a piece. They're normally anywhere from $15 to $20 a piece. Like plywood tanks, you can take your time with them. You can build them any way you want, and that's the benefit of these things. All right, you guys, this is a big moment for me. Been staring at this sand for a year and a half. Just letting it yell at me. Build the tank already. Finally, we're doing just that. Crazy. So cool. Alright, so we're only about halfway through. This is gonna be beautiful. Man, I can't wait to see the rays in here, dude. They're gonna love this. I don't want to make the sand any thicker because most likely they're just gonna hang out in front of this window and beg for food and then mound it all up in the center here. But there's a good, I don't know, anywhere from half-inch to 3-inch mounds throughout this whole half of the tank. It stops right about halfway. This is 7 bags, so I think 14 is just going to be about perfect. Maybe grab another bag or two depending on how how it looks when the rays are actually in here sifting through it. But we're also going to be adding rocks in here as well, so that's going to take up some of the space. But man, if I can get this stuff to stay just like this, I'm in love with this tank already. All right, let's get these other bags in here. We got all the sand in, and I'm just loving this. Man, this tank is going to be beautiful. All right, I think I'm going to take this bamboo and use some of them stainless screws and drill it into behind these big pieces of driftwood. So I pretty much just took one of those stainless screws and drilled right into the back of the wood and at the base of that plant to get it to hold. Um, I got 2 in there right now. One on that side, one on that side. Might try to put a third one in the center, but I'm not sure. I tried to hide them as best as possible. So there is kind of like a hollow core in the center of this big log. I'm gonna try to stuff this third one down in there. See how that looks. All right, I got that last one in there, and I'll be honest, I love it. All right, I can't wait for this stuff to be standing up in the water when it's actually fully extended, rippling with the top. Man, this stuff looks great. All right, I'm gonna stick that last one all the way down on that end piece, and then stick some rocks in here, and we are good to start filling up. Okay, let's start rinsing these rocks so we can be done. I'm just gonna put these in my sink and rinse them out. This is something I've oh yeah, I do have a strainer for this, so none of the rocks will go down the drain. This right here, this sink, this is something I've always been jealous of the people that get to do their whole basement and turn it into their fish room. You guys always have a utility sink, and I had a fish room before and had to use my kitchen faucet, and it was a pain. So now I get this. This was like one of the big things. Like I had to put a sink in here. It is so nice, so convenient to just have water and a place to rinse your fish food and do stuff like this. Rinse rocks and not get yelled at. I'm just gonna put a little bit in here at a time and this water get all milky and slowly rinse them off and stick them in a bucket. So we got a full bucket of rocks now. Let's get them in this tank. So I was thinking about my old tank earlier. And I remember a point where I didn't like the amount of rocks that were in the tank. So I got 5 bags, but each bucket holds about a bag and a half. Might just do 2 buckets for right now and start filling it. It's a lot easier to add more in later than it is to change my mind and go in here and pick them all out. I'm not even sure how to do this. I feel like I could make this as pretty as can be, and the Rays are gonna put it how they like it. I don't know, let's just dump some out. Alright, one more bucket. I think we'll call it good. I really like that. Oh, I'm exhausted. I like the heavy rock around the driftwood. I, Me personally, I think it makes it look more natural, like how in like lakes and ponds, stuff just settles around objects in the water. Alright guys, I think we're finally done. I didn't think this day would ever come. Just really hope this driftwood doesn't float. I guess even if it does float, I just hope that granite is quick and easy to put on. Alright, now time for the water. Check it out guys, look at this. I'm far from a professional aquascaper, but I'm very, very happy with this. This is beautiful. Alright, as promised, let's put some water in this thing. Crazy guys. Been working on this thing for like 2 months now. We are finally putting water in it. I'm so happy. It is about 9 o'clock at night at this point. We have a good 3 inches of water in this thing. I think I'm going to call it a day. I do have to work in the morning. This is about an hour of filling. This thing's going to take forever. We still have like another 30 something inches to go, so there's no way I'm getting all this done tonight. Alright, I think I'm going to call it a night from here. This thing's going to take forever to fill up. I'm trying to do at least a weekly upload on this thing, so I'm hoping the next one will be either the filtration, stocking. It all depends on timing, or God forbid, a leak video. Don't do what I did. I scaped this thing and then filled it up. If you're not experienced with plywood builds, I highly suggest test filling it first. I built a few of these things. I'm pretty confident in this one. I'm pretty sure it's gonna hold water. But yeah, you guys absolutely blew up my last video. I appreciate it so much. I feel like I'm not talking to myself anymore. So if you want to see more of this, please like, subscribe, and comment below, and tell me what you guys think about this build so far.